All right, here are the last few problems from lesson 2.1.1 where we need to solve for x using a given angle relationship and then plug that x back in to find the missing angle. So looking at this equation here, we see that this angle KGF is equal to, that's what this means, a line, this like angle measurement with a line through it, and then this same angle measurement with the same line through it means these two angles are congruent. So angle KGF is congruent to or equal to angle FGH. And so because those two angles are congruent, we can set their measurements equal to each other. And so we can say that 4x minus 5 is equal to 3x plus 2. Okay, I'm allowed to do it again because those two angles are equal, so I'm allowed to set their measurements, which in this case are equations, but I can still set them equal to each other. Okay, first thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to try to get all my non-x's, so 5 and 2, I'm going to try to get all those on one side and all my x's on the other side. So I'm going to add 5, that's going to go away. I'm going to say that's 4x equaling 3x now, plus 2, positive 2 plus a positive 5 is going to give me a positive 7. I still got to get my x's to the other side. So I subtract 3x and subtract 3x. That's going to go away because 3x minus 3x is 0. And then 4x minus 3x, that's the same thing as just 4 minus 3. That gives you 1x. Most people just write that as x. And that's going to be equal to a positive 7. Okay, so x equals 7 is my x value. Now I need to plug that back in to what angle I want to find. And in this case, I want angle FGH. And so I need to plug this in. So I do 3 times 7, because that was my x value, plus 2. Well, 3 times 7, that's 21, plus 2, that's going to give me a 23-degree angle. And that would be my answer for that first part there. Okay. Now, these again are congruent angles, so if I asked you, hey, what's KGF, now that you know this one, well, KGF would also be 23 degrees. And you could plug in 7 and see that too, but because they're congruent, that's what it would be. Okay? Here, it's a little different. These two angles are not equal to each other, so we can't set the equations equal to each other. What we have here is what we call complementary angles. Okay? Complementary angles, those are two angles that add up to 90 degrees, and we know that's complementary because look at that 90-degree marking right there. So instead of setting them equal to each other, what we do with this problem is we take 2x minus 4, we add it to the other angle, which is x plus 7, and we set it equal to 90 degrees. And then we work this out algebraically to solve for x. Okay? I won't do the whole thing, but I'll do this first step here. I'm going to combine like terms. So x and 2x are like terms. 2x plus x is 3x. Negative 4 plus a positive 7, that's like 7 minus 4, that's a positive 3, and that equals 90. And then I won't keep going from here, I'll let you work out the rest. Remember, we're going to try to solve this, so x is by itself, and then you're going to plug it in to whatever angle you're looking for, which I believe in this one you're looking for DBC. So once you solve that for x, make sure you plug it back in and figure out what degree that angle would be. Lastly, pretty similar to the last one here, we have this angle here and this angle here, and those two angles are what we call supplementary. They add up and they create either a straight line, or another way to say it is they add up to 180 degrees. And so again, not setting them equal to each other, not adding them and setting them equal to 90, we're going to add them, x plus 28, that angle, plus just x is going to equal 180 because they're supplementary. Okay? Now, again, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but x plus x, combining my like terms, that's going to give me 2x plus 28, and that's going to be equal to 180. And I'm going to work this out algebraically to solve it for x, and then I'm going to plug it back in where it needs to be. Okay? And I think in this one, they're going to ask you for LPQ. They're going to ask you for that angle LPQ, which you can plug x in for here. And they're also going to ask you for angle LPN. Well, if you know this angle, when you solve for x, LPN is a vertical angle, which means this x is the same as what's going to be over here because vertical angles always equal each other. Sorry, that kind of looks like a y. It's supposed to be an x. But again, that's vertical angles there. And so if you find the x, you'll know what LPN is. Okay? That is my overview of these problems. And if you would like to see more steps of this algebra go through, let me know. But I want to see what you can do from here.